So, hello guys. So, ngayon, papakita ko sa inyo kung paano gawa ng code sa papel or tinatawag natin graphic paper. So, imagine that this one is the graphic paper of yours. So, since wala akong or hindi available yung graphic paper dito sa tindahan or dito sa school, so nagawa na ako ng graphic paper or nagawa na ako ng improvised graphic paper. So, as you can see, so we have X for horizontal and of course y for our vertical, and it composed of numbers or integers na merong interval na 10, so like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and so on and so forth for our horizontal, and of course 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and so on and so forth for our vertical. That is our y. So say for example you wanted to draw a star, no? So let's say mag-i-start tayo from the point of this one, no? So from this point up to this point, no? So as you can see, so kung ito yung unang point natin or ito yung unang point natin, it depends sa panyo kung saan mag-i-start or kung saan yung ating instruction, kung saan mag-i-start yung point. Say for example, andito yung point natin or dito mag-i-start. So meaning, meron tayong 40 for the x and 50 for the y. So try nating isulat para hindi na tayo malito. So we have 40 for the x and 50 for the y. So by the way, the first number, okay, is represent the x. So the second number represent the y. Okay. So next point natin, say for example, is this one. So meaning, for the x, meron tayong 50 and for the y, meron tayong 20. So 50 for the x and 20 for the y. Okay? The next, say for example, up to this one. Okay? So from this point, so meron tayong 60 for the x and 50 for the y. So 60 for the x and 50 for the y. Okay, next, say for example up to this one. Okay? Ito yung next point natin. So from this point, so kung makikita natin or kung makikita ninyo sa ating papel or dun sa inyong graphing paper, so meron kayong 90 for the x and 50 for the y. So ilagay na ulit natin. So 90 for the x and 50 for the y. So by the way guys, what we are trying to create now is the polygon. Since wala naman tayo guys star na kinumpos ng rectangle, what we are trying to create is polygon. Okay, next, say for example, andito yung next point natin. Okay, this one. So from this point, okay, so meron tayong 70 for the x, which is our horizontal, and we have 70 for the y, which is our vertical. So meaning, so meron tayong 70 for the x and 70 for the y. Okay, next point natin, say for example, from this one up to this one. Okay, so andito yung point. So, kung dito yung point, so titingin muna tayo sa x, meron tayong 90, okay? Ang x natin ay 90, and ang y natin ay pumatak siya guys ng 100. That's why 100 yung ating y. Next, say for example, andito yung next point natin. So, pasensya na guys dun sa ating star. So, hindi man siya tuwid, but at least mukha naman siya star, no? So, say for example, andito yung ating point. So, kung andito yung point, meron tayong 50, this one. So, 50 for the x and 80 for the y. So, 50 for the x and 80 for the y. Next point natin, say for example, is nandito. Yan, ito guys. No? Ito yung next point natin. So, kung titignan natin, so yung point natin ay merong 20 for the x and 100 for the y. Okay, next point natin. So, by the way, mukhang mali na yung star natin. But, let's continue this one. So, next point natin, say for example, this one. Ito yung point natin. Okay? So, yung point na to guys, kung makikita natin, meron tayong 30 for the x and 70 for the y. 30 for the x and 70 for the y. Okay? The next, say for example, nandito yung point, this one, okay? So yung point natin, so meron tayong 10 for the x and 50 for the y. So by the way guys, nilalagyan ko lang siya ng point natin ng coordinate ng x and y para hindi na kayo malito pa nag-codes din kayo sa papel. Okay, so 10 for the x and 50 for the y. Then of course, since polygon siya, automatically is hindi natin kailangan to ilagay kasi meron na tayong point or alam na natin yung point since ito yung first point natin. Okay, so now, paano siya naman ngayon i-code? So, let's go for the clean bond paper. So, of course, kung i-code natin siya, so kung sa totoong programming, so maglalagay tayo ng package or yung tinatawag nating libraries. So, mag-i-start tayo sa import java.out .asterisk. So out means abstract windowing toolkit, which is the package or libraries for graphics. Then we have the semicolon. Then next we have import java.applet asterisk for our visual output. Okay. Next is our class name. Say for example, we have public class. Okay? So example, so ito yung pangalan ng ating class. This one. So this is the name of our class. Extend sa applet. Okay? This one. The next is of course yung curly braces. Meaning this is our starting point from our class. Okay? The next, magkikreate tayo guys ng method. So we have two default method, which is the public void init or initialize, and we have the public void paint where graphics is created. So let's try to write first the public void init. Public void init. Okay? Then curly braces, then closing curly braces. So guys, wag muna natin ito pakialaman since hindi naman natin muna babaguhin yung ating screen or yung ating visual output. So say for example, gusto natin magpalit ng size ng ating applet. So pwede tayo dito maglagay ng set size. Okay? Say for example, gusto natin ng mas malaki or mas maliit. Okay? Then pwede na tayong mag-change ng color ng set background color, then color orange. So since papel or paper based lang naman yung codes natin, ang pinakamahalaga lang dito guys is yung mismong object, which is yung star. Okay? Then next we have the public void paint. Okay? Then we have graphics G. Okay? So again, G represent the function of graphics. Okay? So this is variable again that represent the functions of the graphics. So from this one, so dito sa loob ng public void paint, so dito tayo makikreate ng graphics. Or tulad nung tinuro natin nung nakaraan or tinuro ko nung nakaraan, so in this method where all graphics is created. Okay. So now, balik tayo dito sa ating star. So kung ito yung first point natin, okay, kung dito nakaturo yung ating instructions, so meaning ito yung ating first point. So ang first point natin is we have 40 and 50. Since polygon yung gagawin natin, so what we are trying to create is an array. Say for example, how to create an array. So we have int x, example, we have array, then int y array sign is equals to, then curly braces. Then of course, meron tayong int sides or how many sides yung ating polygon. So kung titignan natin yung polygon, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So meaning, we have 10 sides. So na-identify na natin yung ating 10 sides. So what about yung ating x and y axis? So kung makikita nyo guys, So kung 40 and 50 yung first point natin, so meaning pag magki-create tayo sa polygon, so hindi po siya magkatabi kasi kalimitan pag nag-draw line tayo, okay? Or draw rectangle, kung ano yung first integer dito na nakalagay and yung second integer niya, so ayun yung x and y. So different po pagdating sa polygon. Pagdating sa polygon, ganito yung concept, okay? Yan, nakapaganyan. Ito yung x, ito yung x1, ito yung y1. So say for example, ang x1 natin ay 40, okay? 40. So ang y1 natin is 50. So dito natin siya ilalagay. So ganito bumuo ng polygon. Okay, next, we have 50-20. So 50 and 20. Next, we have 60 and 50. So kung makita nyo guys, so since nag-plot na agad kayo ng ganito, napakadali niyang i-code. So 60-50. So 60 and 50. Next is we have 90 and 50. So 90 for the x and 50 for the y. The next is 70-70. So 70 for the x and 70 for the y. Next is 90 and 100. 90 for the x and 100 for the y. Next is 50 and 80. Okay? So 50 for the x and 80 for the y. The next we have 20 and 100. So 20 for the x and 100 for the y. The next is we have 30 and 70. So meaning, so we have 30 for the x and 70 for the y. The next we have 10 and 50, or for the last point we have 10 and 50. Okay? So we have 10 and 50. Then since ito na yung pinaka-last natin, so of course magko-close na tayo ng curly braces dito, and then semicolon, then close curly braces for our int array of y. Okay? Then we have side. So now, go na tayo sa polygon. Since nakapag-create na tayo ng kanyang x and y axis plus the sides, so let's go for the polygon. So we have g dot draw polygon. So by the way guys, pag draw polygon, meaning, so mag-create na tayo ng star na walang kulay. So meaning, guhit lang siya, as in, magkakaroon lang tayo ng graphics na star na plane. While pa nag-g dot fill polygon tayo, okay, meaning itong star natin is may kulay pagdating sa output. So it depends upon the instruction kung anong hiningi. Say for example, ang hiningi ng instruction ay kulay blue na star, you should create a fill polygon method. And then of course, kailangan natin mag-set ng kulay for our fill polygon. Example, pag magsiset tayo ng kulay, so we have g.setColor. Okay, then we have color that, say for example, blue yung hinihingi ng instruction. Okay, then we have g.fill polygon. Para alam natin na kulay blue yung ginagawa nating polygon. Then we have x, okay, y, and sides for the declaration of polygon. Then from the fill polygon, so same. So same lang din naman sila. X, y, and then sides. Okay, then of course, yung close parenthesis natin ng ating public void paint, and then close curly braces for our class. Okay? So, ganun lang siya guys kadali. Or say for example, magdodraw naman tayo ng circle. Okay? So, using this one pa rin. So, let's say for example, i-create tayo ng oval. So, how to create an oval? So, say for example, gusto natin mag-create ng oval. So, first thing to do, so, tulad ng try natin, nag-create tayo ng point wherein the origin of the oval ay doon yung first point natin. Say for example, this one, ito yung first point natin. Kasi pinag-create tayo ng oval guys, ganito. So, G dot draw oval. So, we have X, Y, we have width and the height. So, meaning, so X and Y, yung point of origin natin kung saan papatak yung ating oval, yung width and height is yung ating imaginary rectangle na mapalooban ng oval. Say for example, ito yung first point natin ng X and Y, which is 20 for the X and 120 for the Y. And then say for example, hanggang dito yung ating width. So meaning, meron tayong 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So 80 yung width natin. Okay? So 80 yung width. So again guys so since ito is 0, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So ang height naman natin, so kung ito yung 0 base natin, okay? So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Say for example, nandito yung last natin, 70. So ang height natin is equals to 70. Okay? Then automatically guys, kung ano yung create natin na width and height, ganoon din yung sa left and the bottom. Okay. So now, from this imaginary rectangle, so magbubuo po dyan ng oval. So sorry for the oval, no? So hindi man siya bilog, but oval siya. So paano siya ngayon i-codes? So from this one, so G dot draw oval. Okay? So yung X natin, we have 20 and 120. So 20 for the X and 120 for the Y. So yung width natin and height natin is 80 for the width, this one, 80 for the width and 70 for the height. 70 for the height. Okay, then don't forget the semicolon since this one is terminator. Okay? Then of course yung ating curly braces. So guys, thank you. So sana may natutunan kayo dito sa ating maikling discussion on how to codes on the paper as well as how to use your graphing paper. Okay, so thank you.